Um, Hello, um, YouTube. This is my coming out story, and I hope that this video can help someone who is at that brink of coming out and who is afraid to do it due to whatever's holding them back from them being them. Um, well, I always knew that I was gay even when I was young. Like I've known this. I say probably late elementary, early middle school. So it's like fifth, sixth grade, somewhere around there. And no, I was not molested. Um, None of that. I was never molested by nobody. It's just I just always knew that I was that way. No, I wasn't forced to do anything against my will or anything like that. It's just something that was a natural occurrence. And there's a lot of family and a lot of people in the church who say that, oh, it's unnatural this and unnatural that and blah, 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 blah. But if you take the time to read about mammals, because humans are mammals and they are mammals and species and animals that walk this earth who have homosexual tendencies. But I'm going to tell you guys about my story, my coming out story, because it wasn't something that I thought was easy, but I knew I had to do it for myself. Um, I came out, I was 19 years old. I'm 31 now, so that was almost 11 years ago, 12 years ago. And I remember coming home from college. It was in the wintertime, so I think it was during like Christmas break or something. I remember coming home from college and, you know, I just felt like this was the time, but that moment was the time for me to do it. And I did it. Um, it was, it was a little, it was intense because the buildup of me, I wanted to come out earlier than that, but it was just that buildup of me getting the, I guess, the fortitude to do it, that it finally came to just, some said this is the time, do it. And I think while I was in college, that first year, I just met different people from around the world, and I felt empowered. I felt emboldened. I felt like I wasn't being honest and true to myself. It's like I was trying to impress family, some friends. I was just trying to impress them on, you know, being straight when I knew I wasn't. And that's kind of like the hard part. So, yeah, and you have to just understand that it's going to be hard, especially in the black community. Um, so back to my story. Um, so I remember coming home from college. I think it was during Christmas break. I was 19, and I just was, it's like I had so much like energy just to get it out because I've been holding in for so many years. I had so much energy just to get it out, and I just had to wait till the right moment to do it. And I don't know how we got to the topic of it, but I think it was either my mom or somebody said something. I don't remember it specifically, but I just remember that I told them, yeah, I'm gay. And it just turned really emotional for me because I felt like now that it's out, it was just so much weight lifted off of me. Even though some of my family members, they didn't take it easy. Like, my brother tried to fight me. My other brother, he was kind of like, I wouldn't say he was mad. I think he was more like, well, that's him. Let him live his life. And my mom was saying that it was just a phase, and it's not a phase. My dad, he really didn't say much of anything. My sister, she kind of already knew, but I had to come true to me, because at the end of the day, you have to be true to you. You have to be true to yourself. Don't worry about how society will view you, because society is not going to make you who you are. You make yourself who you are. And once you just get out with the family, even though my family don't really speak of it that much with me, but they know in the back of their head they know. They don't say nothing to me about it. Um, no, they don't say nothing to me about it. They know. They just don't want to bring it up. But to me, that still kind of tells me now that they still not really comfortable with it. I just think that they tolerate it because that's just what family do. They just tolerate it. And I would never. Well, I'm not gonna say I would never, but I wouldn't feel too comfortable bringing whoever I'm talking to around certain family members of mine because I don't know how they would act to it. Because based on how they act with me back then, they still may be that same way today. So there's a high chance that whoever I'm dating, I won't bring them around my family. Well, certain ones. Because they're not open enough. To me, they're not open enough to understand something that they can't understand. So, to those of you who are on the verge of coming out, it will be hard. Sometimes you will feel like you're lonely. And that's why you need to just center yourself around friends that you meet in life through college, just friends in general. You make those connections tight. Like, I have some real close friends who love me dearly. They are long distance away from me. Some are in state, but the ones that really matter are long distance from me. And they just make sure they it's like, yeah, your family's blood, but sometimes your family don't really give a shit about you, especially if it's something that they're not comfortable with. But my friends have really been my backbone since I've came out. Like, people on my job, they know, they respect it, they treat me well. So it's kind of like it's really not as bad as you think it is. Like, once you do it, so much weight comes off of you. So much weight comes off of you once you do it. And you just have to make sure that you're strong enough to roll with the punches, because there will be some bigots out there who will try to test you. You just have to know your stance on what you're going to deal with and what you're not going to deal with. So, you know, because if it comes down to it, I will defend myself. I will. But I've never had a problem ever with anyone. Like, I've never had an issue. And so, as I say this to you guys, the ones who want to come out and they're afraid to come out, just do it. Like, just like you will come to a point in your life where it's like, okay, it's gonna feel like do or die, and either you're gonna keep living for other people or you're gonna live for you. And I hope that you want to live for you. So, with that being said, I hope this video was helpful to those who are on the verge of coming out and they're afraid to do it. So, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button below and hit the notifications so you will be the first to know when I post up new videos. Peace.